Welcome, Pisces, to your February messages. Oh, I've already blessed and shuffled your decks, so we'll just go ahead and dive in. Please know that this advice, these messages that I have for you, are not to be taken as literal advice. Please seek professional help in your life when you need it, and be responsible for all of your own decisions. If there's anything in here that doesn't resonate for you, just leave it. Move on. And if there's something in here for you, I'm so happy that that happened. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'll be working with the Connolly Tarot deck first, and then the Starseed Oracle deck after that. Here's a lovely tiger's eye. The eye of the tiger for you. Alright, I already shuffled. Alright, let's actually just split these real quick one more time. And let's see what comes out for you. Wow. Okay. That just all wanted to come out at once. That's cool. Oh boy. Okay. Let me get these laid out here, and then we'll just dive into the messages here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, first of all, the Temperance card came out in reverse. I'm hearing you've had it up to here enough, like it's almost like the patience has run out. That's not always what that card in reverse means, but that's what I'm hearing right now. It's kind of thrown you off your footing. And then you've got this Three of Swords, never a really fun card, followed by this Eight of Cups and this Ace of Pentacles. I feel like I almost just said anus, which is funny. Like, I'm just like, is someone being a butthead? Is that what's going on? There's like a butthead in going that's having an effect that's being sorted out. There's some lessons involved with this, right? So okay, and it's interesting that this Three of Swords is over the Tower at this point. And the Tower card is usually, things that were not meant to be in your life, moving away. When we have a Three of Swords situation, sometimes it's heartbreaking. It can feel heartbreaking. And so we can counter that with our optimism and say to ourselves, feel in our hearts that it's not all bad. Like, maybe this is just a reroute for something better. And it can leave you feeling like, okay, did I miss something? And like kind of feeling like a little bit of like a spiritual quest. Feeling a little battered, a little worn down, just humbled is what I'm hearing. Deeply humbled. Maybe you spent so much time, or someone in your life spent so much time just like working on these other cups. There was so much neglect when it came to your own cup, therefore resulting in people treating you in ways that were not loving or that filled up your cup. It's really interesting that my nose is getting stuffy because it's not even stuffy, it's such an interesting thing being a medium. A clairvoyant, just kind of being a channel. It's really interesting being so sensitive to all of this stuff. So maybe you've been doing some crying, maybe there's allergies, maybe there's just like things feel stuffy. And I don't really know what that's about. It can be, this is a general reading, so it can be for a couple different people at this point. I'm just kind of tapping into the energies here. Well, and here's what's interesting, is that in this Eight of Cups, you've got like this garden over here behind it, even though it's like this like big rock ledge and this castle that feels almost like unobtainable. But like you've got this whole garden behind you, yet maybe it feels like humble and like you kind of want to get out of there. It's like, okay, well just, you know, learn what you need to learn from this situation, and then turn around and focus on your own garden. Focus on your own, planting your own seeds, taking care of yourself, doing whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you're moving into alignment with what it is that's right for you. And the more that you can do that, the more it will start to result in monetary benefits, and maybe not even just monetary, but just receiving of things that can help you live, you know, food, housing, new opportunities, new jobs. And then it's interesting that it's followed by the Ace of Cups. That's self-love. And it, you know, back to the Eight of Cups, there's that one cup, right? All those lessons, and you're like, this one cup is really what matters. And you start to put that, you know, into the forefront. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And that really starts to fill your cup and brings peace to your heart, calm waters, pretty colors. It's just a sense of peace, relaxing finally, after some stormy cloud days. And it's followed, I mean, this is what's really interesting. So we've got these three cards left. The Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Two of Cups, which is fun. But let's talk about these two first. And it's interesting that the Ten of Wands came first, the way that I laid them out, and then the Nine of Wands second. So, yeah, there's a little bit of feeling on guard. Right, but how do I want to say this? Things can happen in our lives that we can hold on to the energies of what happened, but holding on to it can kind of, oh wow, my crystals are jumping. Holding on to it can be very limiting, and can kind of attract some of, I don't know, things that are not what we're looking for. So there is a bandaging up of sorts of everything that you've been through, a maintaining of your own assets, your own responsibilities, really making sure those are in check, buttoning them up and patching them up the ways that you need to. And then also with the Ten of Wands, like, okay, I'm going to plant my seeds here. I'm going to go ahead and plant this sacred seed that I have in my heart. You know, well, I should have put them up together. The sacred seed that I have in my heart of what's best for me, what's best for the world. I'm going to do it. Even if it feels stormy. But it's about trusting that inner knowing of like, okay, now's the time to plant this seed. No more waiting, no more delays. I don't have time to delay anymore. This is do or die. Quit fucking around. Wow, I swore. We mean it. We're very serious about this. Get really real with yourself about what it means to take care of yourself. To take care of your family. your stability, so you can really begin to live your dreams. And it will help other people move into their alignments and their dreams too. We can remove ourselves from the idea that we can't begin to feel good about our lives and feel better if there are others still struggling. Yes, we should care about others and do what we can to help, but not to the point of overgiving, self-sacrificing. We really gotta build our foundations, our empires, so that we have enough to share, and that might feel somewhat far away, but every journey begins with the first step, planting of that seed. It might take a little bit of time, but you know, the acorn seed becomes a mighty oak one day. It does. And as you begin to take care of yourself, prioritize yourself, making sure that you are really on your path, you're going to be met with people along the way who reflect that to you, that love you just as much as you love yourself, and really want to see you do well. And keep your cup, happy, full of love. Look at all the colors, how they're the same. You fill your cup and it will begin to be reflected to you in your outer world. And it can mean partnership, romantic, or it's just, people in general beginning to reflect the self-respect that you are now operating from. So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. You have the Four of Cups. And you can see this opportunity coming in this card. It's almost, wow, I'm getting a few things. It almost looks like he has an acorn seed in his hand. He's leaning against a big mighty oak. I'm almost hearing that okay, this is what it is. With everything that I just said through this whole reading, when you take care of yourself, put yourself first, plant these seeds, make sure that you're showing up for yourself day after day after day after day after day after day. Spirit, the universe is going to come in with a huge, huge blessing. Almost to the point where you're not even going to believe it. It's like, what? Am I imagining this? It's like almost like it's too good to be true, but it's not. It's for you. It's almost like, hey, we got this. It's got your name on it. This is for you. Come and get it. And you're like, oh, cool. I thought I was just gonna do this humble planting of this next acorn seed. And they're like, well, yeah, that's great, but first we've got this really cup of awesome blessings for you that's gonna take you to all kinds of new places and maybe even a better spot to plant that next seed. You show yourself that you can put yourself first, that you can succeed, and it will begin to be reflected to you back by the universe once again. That's a fun meaning for the Four of Cups, because sometimes it's about almost not seeing the blessings coming your way. Like you don't even see that you're like not even having it. You're too busy focused on all this other stuff that you don't even want to see that there's this blessing that's available to you right here, right now. But in this one, it's like, okay, that's the other part of it, is that believe in this energy, believe that your blessings are coming in. Know it in your heart. But you don't have to know when they're going to show up, and you don't get to control how. All you can control is your actions on a day-to-day basis, making sure that, yes, this is the most responsible thing that I can do. This is the most self-loving thing that I can do. And being gentle with yourself and being fair being realistic, practical, but also dreamy. Keep your dreams and your creative juices flowing. Then there will be more blessings on their way to you. It'll just keep on coming, and there will be fruit coming down. It's gonna be good stuff. So let's do some Starseed oracles, and we will leave you on your way. I love this deck. I love the colors. I love the gentleness of it. It's very loving. This is for Pisces February. Pisces February. Okay. Okay. I love it when it summarizes the reading. In my opinion, it is. So we've got baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, and then also lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Okay? That's kind of going back to this upside down Temperance, and then the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. You know, it's just like, okay, you've had enough karmic lessons. Learn what you need to learn from your karmic lessons and just really begin to alchemize it into all of the colors of your life, all of your strengths. You can alchemize all of your lessons into your strengths. There's a saying that your greatest weakness will be your greatest strength. And that's because you come down to earth and to be challenged in these ways so that you can have breakthroughs, not so you can just suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer. It's like, you have free will. Do you choose to suffer, or do you choose to take personal responsibility? Begin making those baby steps, even if it's hard, even if you feel inexperienced, unsure, a little on guard. Learn what you need to learn from the situation, but still continue to make forward progress. Any forward progress is better than none. Let no doubts stop you. Be practical, but anytime you hear a bunch of doubts creeping in, it's a block. It's preventing you from actually moving forward into the thing that will help you the most. And the path to success is not always just super simple. Yeah, there is such a thing as alignment, and there will be moments of extreme flow, but there will also be moments of obstacles, because it's testing those weaknesses, weeding out those weaknesses so that you can move past them into your success. And it feels a little daunting. I mean, that looks kind of creepy and scary. Like, oh God, that's all like craggly and like it's not like an inviting place. It's just like, whoa, that's gonna be trippy. Like, it's almost like it's changing everything that you know about the world and the way that you've been seeing it. And slowly just making steps in a new direction towards this more vibrant world vision, soul purpose. It's for you. So I hope these messages have resonated for you. If they have, please give a like, subscribe. I put out readings when I feel called to do them, and that is just how I operate. So, I hope this has been good for you. I'm sending you love wherever you are, and have a lovely February.